Campbell's of Lander offers unbeatable value and unbeatable selection. Campbell's is committed to bringing you the top name brand furniture, mattresses, appliances, all at extremely low prices. From the sale to delivery to installation and service, their goal is to meet and exceed all customer needs. Plus, work with you to find a product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Stop in today and browse all of the new inventory that has recently become available. Campbell's, turn around, shop in town. 420 Main Street, Lander.
And a very good Independence Day to you. Happy 4th of July. Welcome into KOVE/County 10's radio and video coverage once again this year of the Lander Pioneer Days Parade, the 131st year of this parade happening. I'm Jared Anderson, joined by a very patriotic Vince Tropea. Vince, how are you this morning?
Doing good, Jared. It's 4th of July in Lander. There's nowhere I'd rather be than here right now. Jared just mentioned my patriotic attire here. I've got a nice American flag cape, a red, white, and blue hat, blue shirt, and some star and stripe sunglasses. Going the whole 9 yards today.
As long as we're doing the fit check, my kids made me a tie-dyed red, white, and blue T-shirt. Maybe the first time in my entire life I'm wearing a tie-dyed shirt to match my family. But, both of us looking patriotic here. On the County 10 tent, we are just in front of the Lander Motel, between the Lander Motel and the new Push Root Brewery on what is becoming increasingly a busier and busier Main Street. This is always, as folks around here and through the region know, Vince, this is a big deal. This is one of the best spots year after year for the 4th of July, not only in the Rocky Mountain West, but the entire country, frankly.
100%. It was kind of the 4th of July that is what convinced me to move here. I'm from Ohio. I've been here 15 years now, but I came out here to visit my sister for a summer, and the first week I was here, the end of that week was the 4th of July, and they're talking it up and like, yeah, I was okay. And then the first time you experience a Lander 4th, you then tell everybody else that they need to come here and do the same thing too.
Exactly. It is. It's one of my favorite holidays because Lander does it so well, and we're looking forward to another great 4th of July holiday. Glad you're along with us on 1330 AM, KOVE, or streaming video via the County 10 YouTube channel. Some of the folks that are allowing us to make this broadcast possible, by the way, include Meyers Gambles, our big sponsor here again this year. Meyers Gambles supports so much that's going on in Lander, including Lander Valley High School sports, and making parade coverage exclusively through Meyers Gambles. Also want to give a big thank you to the Lore Foundation, B&M Septic and Excavation, Smart Insurance, Golden Buffalo, and the Fremont County Fair, which is another one of those events that's coming up very soon, in a packed summer full of things to do across Fremont County. It's always fun when it gets here, and then it goes by so fast because there's something every week to look forward to.
There is, and then you get that looming sense of dread that winter is coming, so then everyone just goes that much more during the summer events. Event fatigue is a thing, but we're not quite there yet, and I see it in people's eyes right now that they're excited for this today.
If you are watching along on the County 10 YouTube channel, we welcome you. Already a big crowd on there, and if you're on a desktop or a laptop and you want to interact with us, you can do that. Use that chat window to the right side. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll shout you out through the parade and give you a shout out. Even if you're watching right here in Lander, you just couldn't make it out today, let us know where you're watching from, and we'll be sure to shout you out. In the years past that we've done this, we've got some fun viewership from all over the country. Again, this is the 131st Lander Pioneer Days Parade. Can't quite see it in your screen yet, but we can hear the sirens and see the American flag making its way down Main Street. That'll be coming up here very soon in front of you, and we'll Pause briefly with the American colors going by here to start the parade as VFW Post 954, VFW Color Guard presenting the American colors here.
I do believe that's LPD Chief Kelly Wall leading everything up there in the front. And I recognize some of those faces on the color guard. Big shout out to Keith and Jim. Jim always helps set up the big flags on Main Street and the missing in action POW flags as well. So big shout out to those guys and all of our veterans this year.
Absolutely. It's obviously a great display of patriotism this time of year, and we're always proud to support the local VFWs, local veterans. It was good to catch up with interim LPD Chief Kelly Waugh not long ago and Lander Mayor Missy White, who both said normally the size of Lander doubles in population because of this event and so many people coming into it. This year, because it's on a Friday, they're expecting even more people to come in for the long weekend. So makes it extra fun, but it is going to be extra crazy. There's going to be extra traffic and more people running around. So hope everybody stays safe here, having fun this weekend.
Stay safe, and we got our prayers answered there with a little bit of rain that came in the day before. It looks like it's going to stay away for most of the parade here. Fingers crossed there, but it's a little overcast, but perfect temperature right now. We're not all going to be in the throes of heat exhaustion by the time we're all eating buffalo burgers in City Park when the parade's done. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, you got that coming up from the Rotary Club. Buffalo Barbecue happening starting right at 11 as this wraps up. A lot of people make their way over there, and that's always a lot of fun. Big fundraising event as well for a good cause.
Yeah, just interviewed a couple folks from the Rotary, and gonna use this opportunity once again to say Rotarian. You don't get to say Rotarian too often, but they gave us the history of the Buffalo Barbecue, and it goes back to Dave Reynolds, who had the Bison Ranch there. Rest in peace. Dave was an amazing man, one of the first people I met when I moved to Lander, and he was seminal in that tradition that we still do to this day and still serve the bison in Buffalo.
It's a Wyoming staple and a Lander staple. And we're glad you're here. Let us know where you're from. I got Alex checking in, watching from Riverton. Irving says happy 4th to everybody in Lander. We appreciate you being here. Use that chat window. If you're watching along on YouTube, you can see it. Just search for County 10. Click that live button if you're looking for that stream for our radio audience. But proud to be back on KOVE and a long tradition that Joe Kinney had on the radio for a long, long time here through Lander, so we're proud to be able to bring you radio coverage as well.
And right now we got the Marine Corps League Friday Truant Detachment number 683. The float shows the flag raising atop Mount Surabakai, Iwo Jima on February 19th, 1945, 80 years ago. Iwo Jima Day is going to be happening tomorrow in Du Bois as well, something to think about.
Patriot Guard riders behind them, riding with honor and respect, performing services for veterans and first responders. Ed Ransford, the ride captain. And we'll start seeing your parade marshals for 2025 coming through. May have missed her, but Francine Patton, one of the parade marshals. You see Ernie Over on your screen right now, driving along.
Yeah, Francie Patton, Ernie Over, those are the marshals for this year. Big shout out to them. Also, someone who doesn't get enough credit for all of these events here too, Miss Maggie Appleby. We got to throw that her way. She deserves all the recognition for putting these kinds of things on.
For sure. She's been a great ambassador for Lander a long time, volunteered a lot of stuff, and because it's the best 4th of July spot in the country, doesn't happen easily. It takes a lot of volunteer work and a lot of different people putting it together.
And now we got our Lander Pioneer Days Parade royalty. Our Queen Heidi Shade, Junior Queen Remington Prince, Princess Riley Norris, First Attendant Dally Penn, Second Attendant Laramie Penn, and Third Attendant Kalia Scribner.
See the Lander Cattle Women royalty coming by next. Little Princess Elaine Smart, Little Prince Gatsby Dax Bush. See those two adorable youngsters in the back of that vehicle. Here comes our other parade marshal. There's Francine Patton.
I was going to say, I thought she was hiding in the other car there for a second. I was like, where is Francine? There she is.
We're out of order already. That's encouraging.
Lander Volunteer Fire Department, old red rescue one. I love that old truck.
Big shout out, and we'll mention this a few times here. You hear the sirens in the background, but big shout out to our volunteer firefighters in Lander, certainly, but all across Fremont County. Keep them in mind today. Keep first responders in mind. Have fun. Blow some stuff up if you want to, but be extra safe. These guys respond to dozens of calls this weekend, so if you can prevent a couple more of those, that would be great. To be safe, keep your water and your fire extinguisher handy, and just exercise some caution with your fireworks.
And as always, remember, at midnight, sweep the streets, do what you got to do.
It's water because you're working, right?
Volunteer firefighters giving some waves to the crowd. Kids already getting a big dose of candy here thrown through a lot of the vehicles in the first 10 or 12 floats.
Oh, we got a dog on the fire truck. That's adorable.
First dog in the parade. First of many, I'm sure. Again, want to thank Meyers Gambles here on Main Street in Lander. They are the title sponsor for this year's event. Go see Shane and the crew. They've got great customer service, some great deals. Get your house all decked out. Most of my appliances come from Shane and Gambles.
Same.
They've got delivery free within 30 miles of the store, so that includes Riverton, Hudson, Fort Washakie, bunch of places that they'll deliver free. Cannot beat that.
And they got a good sense of humor, too. Everyone over there, the ads that we do with them, they're always game for whatever. And Shane's just like, whatever weird outfit you want to put me in, I'll do it.
I love that. Love when you get to be around fun people. American Legion Post 33 coming through right now. Boy Scout Troop 52 as well along with them. Well, we've got the chance to thank some folks. Again, we'll mention that parade coverage made possible by Meyers Gambles, Fremont County Fair, Golden Buffalo, Smart Insurance, B&M Septic and Excavation, and the Lore Foundation. Give a shout out on the YouTube stream. Got a viewer in Rockford, Illinois. Illinois, first non-Wyoming state checking in so far, so
all the way from Illinois, huh?
appreciate that person watching from Rockford, Illinois. Alex says, happy 4th of July, celebrating America's independence. 131 years this parade has been happening. That's, believe it or not, just a little older than I am.
Yeah, the Lander Legends are making their way by. That's another awesome little group of people there, too. The baseball community here in Lander. They do so much for the community. A lot of these kids are out with the Boy Scouts helping put up the flags on Main Street. They're doing community service things all the time. It's just cool to see.
Adorable golden retriever along with them.
5 tonight, City Park.
All right, perfect. Lander Legends. Have an event coming up tonight at the park that I've got to scan a QR code for, and I don't know if I can do that live on the radio.
But go to City Park this afternoon, evening, if you're not doing anything, and the Legends will be doing something.
For sure. Obviously, I love to be able to cover local sports and the things that the young men and women are involved with here. Like you said, the baseball community is great. KOVE will once again be proud to bring you Lander football and basketball as we get back into the school year and sports season. We don't want to mention school right now, though, on the 4th of July.
No, we don't need to.
We'll give that a few weeks.
Yeah. It looks like the Lander Pipe Band is getting into formation. I just got to see them at the opening ceremony for the 1838 Mountain Man Rendezvous at the Rendezvous site in Riverton. It was the first year I've ever gotten to cover that event. The pipe band escorted the Bouchway and the Segundo and all of the other mountain men and women to the grounds, and it was really cool to see Lander Pipe Band. They're going to the Scottish Games this year. I forget exactly what it's called, but they will be competing and performing in Scotland, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fantastic. They are a nonprofit 501c3. 70% of the band members, by the way, are youth. They've got 34 youngsters part of this band, and 20 of the members perform at a performance level, which I take it as one of the top tier levels, and the other 14 are students. We'll try to let you listen in here as they enter your screen and enjoy a few seconds of the Lander Pipe Band. Lander Pipe Band sounding fantastic as always. And Jared Anderson here, Vince Tropeo with you, part of your KOVE morning show team, County 10 team as well. Glad to have you along with us. We'll give you some more shout-outs here in a moment, too. Got people from all over the country weighing in on County 10's YouTube channel. As you see,
so cool.
Wyoming Life Resource Center going by with the Great Seal of the State of Wyoming.
That's one of the more impressive floats every year. Visually stunning. It's a big, gigantic emblem, and it really catches the eye. And, of course, the Wyoming Life Resource Center train making its way through.
Featuring some Lander Special Olympians, Lander Lightning on there.
Yeah, that's the Wyoming Life Resource Center Special Olympics team. They're leading a trifecta of representation, staying on track for all the rail fans. Gallivanting at the tail end is the final group, eager to reciprocate waving.
Did you just use the word gallivanting?
I did. That was in their description, and I got excited when I saw that I got to use that word.
I love it. Want to say hi to Anita watching in Casper. Thank you for being here. DC checking in from Denver, Colorado. Was just in the Mile High City last weekend. Thanks for checking in from Colorado, DC. Jennifer is watching in Oklahoma. Says, missing my hometown on the 4th of July. Well, glad you could be here to watch along with us, Jennifer.
And we got the Northern Arapaho Royalty going by. That's the Northern Arapaho Powwow Royalty from 2023-2024.
How about this? I've never had a viewer, sports, or any of our events from Korea. And Jay says, Happy Independence Day from Korea.
Wow, that's pretty awesome, actually.
That's fantastic. Thank you for checking along with us, Jay, and being here. Hope all is well with you. I think it's Dylan. Usernames are hard to decipher sometimes on YouTube, and it's about size 4 font on my screen. But Dylan is watching with us in Arizona, so thank you, Dylan, for being here too.
Yeah, we got the Lander Old Timers Rodeo Association going by now. I'm seeing folks in the rodeo clown makeup. They've got their squirt guns. Kids are happy. They're cooling down, throwing candy.
Yeah, always love to see floats that are getting really involved with crowd participation and enjoying having fun with the kids. And the kids love the water guns, obviously love the candy. Lander Old Timers Rodeo Association doing a great job. Of course, they've got the rodeo again tonight. Huge deal. Limited tickets, I believe you can still get for that. It was also really cool recently to host one of our Challenge for Charities podcasts organized by the Lander Community Foundation with the Lander Old Timers Rodeo Association. They do a lot more than just host rodeos. They've got a big complex that they've got all kinds of horse-related events. So if you ride, if you're interested in getting lessons, they do a lot of things and are one of many great organizations participating in the Challenge for Charities right now, which you can find more about through landercommunityfoundation.org and listen from some of those local nonprofits back on the County 10 podcast.
A little break here before the next entry is coming on by.
Our Rockford, Illinois viewers, by the way, Perry and Teresa. Thank you, Perry and Teresa, for being here. And Mary says, thanks, County 10, for broadcasting the parade. Thank you, Mary, for watching along with us. It's always fun to be able to do this, and we like coming out to the parade anyway, so glad to make it available for people who are unable to be here.
Well, this is a new one for sure this year. It is the Northern Arapaho Horse Culture Healing Rides. Allison Sage, Wahakabi. This is really cool and interesting right here because we've got the drummers and we've got, I'm counting about 10, maybe one or two more than that, horses that are all a part of this entry. This is really neat.
Had the chance a while ago to visit with Allison a little bit about his equine therapy, speaking of different opportunities for horse enthusiasts here in the community, and Allison does some amazing things providing healing efforts through equine therapy, and you see a lot of those horses coming into your screen right now.
And I've met and talked to a number of people who have done that equine therapy, and when it works for you, it works for you. The people who went through it, all they had to say was nothing but good things, and then they forge those connections with the horses, and then they end up wanting to get one of their own someday too. It's really neat to see people kind of turn their mental health around through that.
Lots of events, of course, going on across the community all day long. Fireworks legal within the city limits here. Of course, you can't on Main Street or on city building property. And I believe they've got to be wrapped up by midnight, if I'm not mistaken. So if you are participating in that in the Lander area, ask that you're kind to your neighbors. Again, not trying to be a buzzkill because it's one of the most fun days around, and I like doing fireworks with my kids too, but just be kind to one another and be safe, clean up your messes, watch out for all the people in the streets, especially little kids.
No, it's good to keep those reminders here because we want to keep the nice thing. we want to be able to keep doing this every year, and that's why they're able to do it every year, is because the community comes together and just really make sure to have a good time, but then also clean up after themselves and not make it stressful for everybody else.
It's the parade debut of sorts for Grand Altitude Federal Credit Union. Usually they're here under the name Atlantic City Federal Credit Union, but have made a name change this year. So there goes Grand Altitude, and that'll be followed up by a very cool Model F touring car. We hear a lot about Model Ts, of course, but this is a 1924 Star Model F touring car owned by Steve and Lori Jacobs of Riverton.
That's got to be so cool to have those old-timey cars like that and be able to be a part of the parades. Everyone's mood is immediately improved when they see a cool car. I don't care who you are. The Wyoming Mormon Trail site, 6th crossing of the Sweetwater missionaries from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Commemorate the Mormon pioneers who trekked through Wyoming in hand carts. I was hoping they would explain the hand carts. This is really cool. It looks like a covered wagon, but it's being pulled along by the people rather than horses. Just 2 wheels in the top. Very neat. I want one of those. I think we need one of those for County 10 so we can lug around all of our stuff from now on.
If anybody is selling, feel free to reach out to Vince Tropea. Is in the market for a hand cart. Cannot imagine pulling one of those across the country, though, on the Oregon Trail or the Mormon Trail or any trail, really. Even across town, even down Flanders Main Street would be a lot for me. This is a pretty cool one up next, the Go Baby Go Adaptive Cars. You had the opportunity to do a little feature on this.
It was a very cool story. Local mom, Amber Peckham Jones, has a child who is handicapped physically and doesn't get to do a lot of the things that other kids get to do. So she partnered with the Lore Foundation, with a local science teacher from Pathfinder High School who runs the robotics club, and they adapted these cars for the kids to be able to ride around in that are made specifically for them and the needs that they have to be able to do something fun, get in one of those RC cars and drive around with their friends.
Get that interview archived on the County 10 podcast. You can find that if you go back far enough. It's really cool to listen to. A Dale Earnhardt commemorative Monte Carlo driven by Pat Murray making its way past right now for you NASCAR fans, followed by some more gorgeously decorated and painted horses.
Yeah, those are my buddies Cole and Ian Kraft, proud members of the Riverback Country Horsemen. Always love seeing them out with their horses rocking. They sometimes take those just up and down Main Street here in Lander, even on not parade days. That's just cool to see.
Civil Air Patrol going by your screen right now. The Wind River Composite Squadron Color Guard cadets with their van, Jeep, and a float with drones.
That's another cool group that I got to interview, Joe Stong and those guys. Really, really cool thing that they offer for the youth, the Wind River Composite Squadron.
Carl Falcon, the president of the Wyoming State Society Sons of the American Revolution, carrying a reproduction of the 1777 Betsy Ross flag.
Okay.
And we also saw Thor Sage walking dressed as Thor, the Thunder God, with a poster for the Pinnacle Day Center.
And Thor is one of the best jackalope jumpers every year. It was really sad this year. He was sick and he couldn't do it. But that guy lives and breathes the jackalope jump. It's cool to see him out in the parade this year. I'm glad he's doing better.
Yeah, kudos to you and our Special Olympians. I know you're at the jackalope jump in both Lander and Riverton every year, and fun to get involved there. We missed a 1930 Model A driven by Bob McClellan that went past, and now we see Friends of South Pass City.
And that's just making me get excited for Gold Rush Days. Looking forward to that again this year. It's one of my favorite events that I get to cover, and you get to see things like that there.
You have a favorite activity at Gold Rush Days?
Sarsaparilla. Just getting an ice cold sarsaparilla when you've been walking around on a hot day. But the anvil blasting, honestly, is you don't get to see that anywhere else.
Not a lot of anvil blasting opportunities elsewhere.
No, there's not.
Ivan Posey, House District 33 representative, just drove past in a convertible. And we'll see the first airplane of the parade coming through here. Not airborne.
Yeah, we don't want our listeners to worry. This is the Wind River Aviation. They've got a 1961 Piper Cherokee owned by Bill Hoenick. The WRA specializes in piston, single engine, and multi-engine aircraft routine maintenance, major repairs, and alterations. They are Lander's local expert in aviation maintenance.
Comes a 1967 Jeepster Commando. It's a tribute to Virgil Haley and the Garreau family, exploring Wyoming since 1967. Some folks handing out popsicles. Haven't seen a unicycle yet. Our first one coming down now.
Yeah, and that's Mr. Todd Gowan. He does this every year. And I got it. I don't want to ruin it for him because they said no skateboards and no scooters and no bikes during the parade this year. And I saw someone tag Todd in a post on Facebook. But you can't say no to someone waving the American flag with the American flag shorts on a unicycle. Gosh darn it!
It's what the 4th of July is all about. And I also don't know how you're going to stop him right now anyway. So just let him go. We saw a 65th anniversary float with Earl and Grace Osborne. They also had a Model A, the Model A Roadster from 1930. And they've got a just married sign in the back. Just married 65 years ago, it says.
For a half a second there, I thought that float had a whole couch on it. They've just got one of those really big portable chairs that has multiple rows in it. But first, I was like, well, that's smart, bringing a couch. It's a long parade. You know,
that is a good idea.
You get kind of tired standing up there on a float the entire. Have you ever been on any of the floats before, Jared? Or are you?
I have not been in the Lander parade before. No, I've always been on the sidelines.
That was my second year here. I worked at the Lander Bar, and the rule was if you weren't working, then you had to be on one of the floats. I say had to be, but it was very fun to get to do that. And, yeah, like I said before, that was the reason I came out here and stayed. And the next year getting to be in the parade and be a part of it, and then now getting to announce it. We've come full circle. And that man is dressed as a hot dog. Not in the parade, but that's the most American thing I've seen today. That beats my American flag cape for sure.
You may be able to see part of the hot dog costume on your screen here coming by, so you have a little bit of reference as to what Vince is talking about. But yeah, guy dressed like a hot dog making his way past.
That was the Elks that just went by, proudly supporting the Lander community, patriotism since 1964. Benevolent and Protective Order of the Elks, number 2317, supports veterans and youth in our community with a number of services. Always doing cool things for the Elks. The last big event of theirs that I went to was the bike rodeo, and they gave away quite a few bikes, and kids seem to love that entire thing. They're going to do it again next year.
Very cool. Wind River Hotel and Casino coming through. Got a drone hovering above them, and lots of candy and gifts for the youth. Going crazy for all that candy, of course, per usual. My kids usually come home with bags full of it. And now the 131st parade here, Lander Pioneer Days Parade. It is a fantastic 4th of July tradition. We look forward to it every year. Brought to you exclusively by Meyers Gambles, 420 Main Street in Lander. Turnaround shop in town. Meyers Gambles. Go see Shane and the crew. Delivery is always free within 30 miles of the store at Gambles. Lander Lobo baseball team coming through next. We saw the Legends a bit ago. Now some more youth baseball players with the Lander Lobos.
It's another awesome crew and a very tight-knit baseball community here in Lander.
And here comes a Lander staple with the Clydesdale horses. Justice Jacobs, State Farm, his team of Duke and Don, the horses up front.
I always love it. Justice brings those horses to a lot of community events. It's really cool to see. When they did the Santa fly-in at the airport, they were doing rides around, a number of things. It just always adds a little bit of flair to other community events that are going on. Right behind them, we've got the Sweeney family of Cross T Ranch. It's a group of brother and sister Western riders.
A quick reminder and shout out to Shireen Herrera and Scott Fuller. They're going to be on with parade coverage from DuBois later this afternoon. That'll be at 2 o'clock. So if you want to catch even more Fremont County parade coverage, County 10's YouTube channel, the spot to be from DuBois. And they've done a fantastic job through the last few years with their 4th of July celebration. Dan Starks and the National Museum of Military Vehicles puts a lot of vehicles in, and it's a big turnout up there as well.
Yeah, this year they've got 25 different, a variety of tanks and military vehicles. Just adds to the spectacle of all parades are fun to a certain extent, but when you're adding in military vehicles that are authentic and real, it's just, I wish I could go. I'm going to go next year. Sorry, Jared, you're doing it by yourself. Going to be going to DuBois.
It is hard to beat Lander, but if you got to go somewhere, I would go to DuBois for sure. As you see the Lander Shrine Club and their train coming through right now. One more military museum plug, by the way, tomorrow, Iwo Jima Day. They've got a special presentation tomorrow. Vince had an interview with Dan Starks about that. You can also listen to on the County 10 podcast, and there's a post at county10.com. But sounds like a phenomenal event, and just not a paid-for plug, but a plug to go visit that museum if you haven't.
It is just a wonder, and Like you said, Iwo Jima Day. You have access to all of the events just with the normal admission price of your ticket. So you get to see some guest speakers and learn some fascinating stuff from that history.
Ameritech going past right now on a very large pickup truck, and then Fremont County Fair and Rodeo Royalty with Queen Adelita Wagner. Adelita, sophomore at CWC, and junior queen Cadence Daniels. Princess Corbin Marshall. See.
Look at the Rustler on a little mini bike. Once again, for our listeners who can't see, if you don't know what the CWC Rustler looks like, big, gigantic cowboy head mask, and it looks quite hilarious on a tiny mini bike right now.
That is Rusty Rustler making his way past us right now. For our radio audience, we're going to take a quick time out here. We'll be back with more parade coverage. For those of you on County 10's YouTube channel, hang tight. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 131st Lander Pioneer Days Parade back in just a moment on KOVE and County10.com.
Campbell's of Lander offers unbeatable value and unbeatable selection. Campbell's is committed to installation and service. Their goal is to meet and exceed all customer needs, plus work with you to find a product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Stop in today and browse all of the new inventory that has recently become available. Campbell's, turn around, shop in town. 420 Main Street, Lander. Campbell's of Lander offers unbeatable value and unbeatable selection. Campbell's is committed to bringing you the top name brand furniture, mattresses, appliances, all at extremely low prices. From the sale to delivery to installation and service, their goal is to meet and exceed all customer needs, plus work with you to find a product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Stop in today and browse all of the new inventory that has recently become available. Campbell's, turn around, shop in town. 420 Main Street, Lander.
Coverage of the 131st Lander Pioneer Days Parade continues. Jared Anderson, Vince Tropea here with you along Lander's Main Street. We're in front of the Lander Motel and Push Root Brewing Company. Seeing a couple of class reunion floats going by. I saw the class in 1985 followed directly by the class in 1995. A lot of reunions this 4th of July holiday that happened here in Lander.
We actually had an old KOVE DJ, Scott Ferris. This was way back in the day. Stopped by the station yesterday. Our older listeners might remember him as Mad Dog. Mad Dog stopped by and said that he's in town for his 50th anniversary and asked me if he's going to be on the float. And he said, most of us doing our 50th don't want to be standing on a float. I thought that was pretty funny, but a big shout out to him. He was a nice, friendly guy, and he was there back in the Joe Kinney days.
We need cooler radio on-air names.
Yeah, okay,
Vince,
we'll
Vince
come up
and
with them right
Jared
now.
are nearly as cool as Mad Dog.
You know what is your new name, Jared?
I don't know. I don't feel like you can give yourself a nickname.
Okay, then
can
you're T-Bone. You're T-Bone, and then what am I?
You got to give me a minute. I'm not as clever as you. I can't.
All right, I'll be
I can't
T-Bone.
get you on the spot.
We'll both be T-Bone. That's T-Bone and T-Bone. Calling the parade right now.
Let's see here. We do Recover Float. They encourage you to celebrate recovery. And the Fish Hatchery and wildlife exhibit following them.
See some of our friends at Wyoming Game and Fish that are on the Fish Hatchery float right now. Fun group of people. They go to Barton County 10 Trivia during the season. They always have a team every year, and it's fun to see them out having a good time again right now, too, with honestly a quite terrifying mannequin on the back of their...
I thought that was a real guy for a little bit.
I did, too, and that's why I got scared as soon as I realized it wasn't a person.
Wyoming.com team moving along here with a proud team with a wagon celebrating the rich spirit of the Old West. Great turnout per usual at the Lander Pioneer Days Parade. Streets are packed. A lot of chairs were out when I drove down here at about 8 in the morning. The streets were lined with empty chairs, as is tradition.
I always say it was the night before the 4th of July in Lander, and all through the streets were hundreds of lawn chairs, all of them free. Just kidding. Don't steal the lawn chairs. That's another honor. It's another honor code thing. People are so good about leaving their chairs there the night before. Like that's a tradition unto itself, is finding a good spot and making your claim so you can watch the parade.
National Outdoor Leadership School, Knowles coming by, celebrating 60 years of wilderness leadership. Hard to believe, 60 years. They were founded in 1965.
And I just got an interview with some of the folks from Knowles the other day. Looking forward to learning more about the 60 years and everything that they do, all that they've accomplished. They just recently received a very large, generous monetary donation, which they are very excited to share with us on an interview you can hear on KOVE in the coming days.
A couple more shout-outs here quickly. Say hello to Mike and Shelly watching in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Brooke says, happy 4th of July from Oklahoma. A couple of Oklahoma viewers on our County 10 YouTube channel. Alex said that was the first airplane he'd ever seen on Landers Main Street. And, a lot of people checking in on our YouTube channel. Let us know where you're watching from.
All right, this is insane. We've got the Wind River Dojo right now that are performing various takedown moves. And they're going for it. They're not holding back right now. They actually look like they might be taking it very serious. This is kind of similar to the Rising Star Gymnastics float every year, where they're doing backflips on trampolines on the moving float. But right now, they're fighting. And yep, he just submitted. He's done.
They're practicing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, Muay Thai, and other wrestling-style takedowns. Again, the Wind River Dojo, and you said exactly what I was thinking. This is going to rival the young gymnasts who we rave about every year doing backflips on a moving vehicle. There's a wrestling match on a moving vehicle.
It's wildly impressive. I mean, we were saying that before. I commented about what Scott said about not wanting to stand on the floats at a certain age. Even at our age, standing and maintaining balance on the float is hard enough, let alone pulling off some Muay Thai moves.
Very cool that they've decided to stop right in front of us so we can watch this for a while. Wind River Dojo, and behind them, the LVHS class of 2005. I probably make this joke every year, but it is funny to watch progressively the class reunions get rowdier and rowdier the younger the kids get. The first couple of reunions, they were having fun, but more tame. And now that we're at the class of 05, things are a little bit more lively. Meyers Gambles, the exclusive sponsor of this year's parade coverage. Not only here, but they'll be the exclusive parade coverage sponsor from the DuBois 4th of July parade. That happens at 2 o'clock. County 10's YouTube channel to watch. Shireen Herrera from 97.5 The Brand and Scott Fuller from 97.5 The Brand teaming up for that again this year. Also, our thanks to the Lore Foundation, B&M Septic and Excavation, Smart Insurance, Golden Buffalo, and the Fremont County Fair making parade coverage possible. I'm Jared Anderson alongside Vince Tropea. Glad to have you along from all over the place. I was going to say nationwide, but we had a viewer in Korea.
Yeah, we're global now.
We're worldwide. Gonna pause in parade action here as anybody who's been out to a large parade knows these things happen.
And like you said before, that at least we get the stop for the Wind River Dojo. I just saw a takedown where big shout out to their spotters that are on the side, making sure it stays safe. One of the fellas did kind of slide off the side of the mat there, and his spotters were right on it and made sure he was good to go. That was cool to see.
I think we need to learn jiu-jitsu.
I think so too, T-Bone. That's I think with nicknames like T-Bone and T-Bone, we'd fit right in at the Wind River Dojo. Or they would laugh us out within seconds, which I think would be more likely.
Probably the latter, yeah. I want to thank Fabian and the crew here at the Lander Motel for having us again this year. They've done a great job renovating this building, and big shout out too to our neighbors over here at Push Root Brewing Company, Lander's newest brewery. Big fans of Lander Brewing Company, and it's cool that we get to open another brewery over the last few months here. Downtown's vibrant and hopping, and it's cool to see some of these buildings that were just kind of sitting vacant for a while get refurbished.
It really is the beautification of Lander. The Lander Motel got the beautification award at the Lander Chamber of Commerce's community award luncheon last year, and Push Root also has beautiful mural artwork on the side of it from local artist Ben Sears. It's cool to see, and big shout out to them. And now we got the parade moving along again. We've got the class of 2005 bumping some 90s hip hop right up our alleys. They've got noisemakers.
Jack Malmberg driving his team of 8 horses. He's got a Belgians with native singers and drum group accompanied by county residents marching for honoring our Constitution. Jack is an inductee in both the Nebraska and Wyoming Cowboy Hall of Fames.
Right behind them, we've got the P flag of Lander. It's advocacy group for the LGBTQ plus community, including their parents, families, allies, and co-workers, teachers, doctors, and others who wish to better and understand and support them. They offer monthly support group meetings open to everyone 18 and older. You can contact them at pflaglanderwy@gmail.com. And what is happening behind them right now, too? I'm seeing what looks like a group of people on rollerblades with a snake.
That's exactly what's happening. Okay. You described that perfectly, I think. It's Fremont County Roller Derby, I believe.
That makes sense. Okay.
The Red Canyon Rattle Skaters and the Dynamites, their junior team. And yeah, that's almost like one of those Chinese dragon kind of things that they've got, but they're on roller skates.
I was for words there for a second, but yeah, it makes sense that the rattle skaters have a rattlesnake-looking kite. I don't know. We'll call it a kite. They're a fun group of people too. I've got to interview a few of them, and their coach Lloyd, and we've got a full-on Triceratops inflatable costume now on rollerblades.
On rollerblades
for the Dynamites. I don't know, Jared. They're making. That's one of my new favorites, I would say, this year. The combination of those two.
Got Wind River Dojo and Fremont County Roller Derby that are my personal top 2 so far. Pretty darn good.
We've still got quite a few left, though, right behind them. Awaken Fitness. It's at a new location here in Lander. 943 Amoretti Street in Lander. Very cool. I know some of the folks that run that. They're all great people.
And another class reunion with the class of 2015. Getting younger and younger on the class reunions. I don't know, though. 05 might have 15 beat. 15, 15's okay,
well, for
but not a
pure
lot of
energy,
numbers.
yeah. I think it was the hey ho music that they were listening to that might have invigorated them a little bit more. But now look at them; they're young and trying. They've got an inflatable. They're throwing out candy. They're doing a good job.
They've got us in youth. We've got that era in music, though.
Right.
Naughty by nature on a float, hard to beat. See the Nightfire Band coming through here with Flying Phoenix fireworks. See if we can get just a quick sample of Nightfire as they roll past. Nightfire covering Tom Petty. A memorial tractor here in loving memory of Mike Stamper and his beloved John Deere tractor. Bio here in our program says that for decades, Mike could be seen behind the wheel of his tractor in fields, parades, and always with a friendly wave.
Behind him was another Jackalope Jump royalty, Marty Brammer, riding the 1962 Lambretta, celebrating 10 years in Lander. Always good to see Marty.
Marty always adds to the party. No matter what the event is, he shows up in an outfit with a good attitude. He's just always one of those bubbly, nice people.
He's the definition of extra in the best possible way,
yes.
like, and not a negative connotation. If there's an event or something that involves dressing up or doing something, he goes all out. And it's appreciated. The kids always love it. Community members love it.
He's going to be a big supporter of our Pink Ribbon 5K coming up in August over in Riverton again this year, and always is out there in like a pink flamingo costume or something. Some very cool vehicles going by. Saw a 1929 Ford Coupe, 1931 Ford sedan, and a 1930 Ford pickup truck. These are vehicles belonging to Donald and Tammy Sell.
Right behind them is the Wind River Community Church Youth Group. Man, they have got some. You know what, Jared? I think we might need to stand in front of our sound equipment here. They've got some water blasters that are going legit 30, 40 feet. I want to know where to get those.
That was my first instinct, too, was not to protect the equipment. It was, I got to figure out where to get those so I can splash my kids later. Yeah, those are some powerful water guns there. I appreciate the assist keeping our equipment as dry as possible. Worth noting, if we do go mysteriously off the broadcast, it's probably because we've been splashed by water in this parade. Mentioned earlier we were on in Korea. We continue the worldwide theme here, Vince. Say hello to Kara and Dennis, who are watching in Canada.
Big shout out to our neighbors in the north. That's awesome.
1927 Ford Model T Roadster. This is driven by Randy Kraft, restored by John and Sherilyn Kraft.
I've been waiting to see this guy again. It's the 1985 Dodge truck, Dahlia Hawks. This guy has retrofitted a truck to drive it forwards, but it looks like it's backwards. However you want to word that or say it. It catches the eye, and I remember the first day I saw that thing driving around in Lander and about had a heart attack. I was like, how is he going so fast driving back? And I'm an idiot, and that guy just knows how to do that. That's impressive.
That is alarming, even in a parade, to see a truck driving backwards. It is very safe because he's turned the seat around and is, he's driving a truck backwards.
There's no other way to say it.
Got Lander Masters Special Olympics coming through right now. Always cool to see our Special Olympian athletes waving some American flags, getting a nice round of applause from the crowd here at Landers Main Street.
Right behind him, Tom Blondell, M998. Patriotic music and dance songs in this beautiful military vehicle. Pretty cool to see.
More unicycles. Exponentially more unicyclists.
See, they knew how. Everyone had the same loophole idea, I think.
There's a bunch of at least 8 or 9, maybe closer to a dozen folks on unicycles. A lot of kids coming by right now. My favorite is, and I'll try to make this as politically correct as possible, but the leftovers from the horses that remain in the street, and watching the guys on unicycles try to avoid the horse pies.
You know, it's kind of like training to get good at the unicycle. It's weaving in and out of that. Oh, there's one that's about 8-9 feet up in the air.
Yeah, that's way too high. That's
terrifying.
It's dangerous. Guy needs to get down from there.
Get down from there. What are you doing up there?
Matt's Mini Excavating coming by with the Lander Unicycle Club. I had somebody on the YouTube chat that was waiting for Matt's Mini. I've lost that now in the chat somewhere, but
I love the parades too, Jared, because you find out about things like Lander has a unicycle club. I did not know that was a thing, and now I want to interview them. I want to get to know them. Want to get a unicycle. I think my budget for weird, wacky vehicles is going to go up this year. We got the hand carts, the Shriners little mini cars, unicycles. About to break the bank here.
Yeah. Riverton Lions Foundation. Kevin passed right now. So many great people all across this county. County 10 has been eye-opening as a job to realize how many people give back to different things going on across
100%.
Fremont County. And it's so cool to see a lot of them out and about here at the parade and doing nice things for one another.
You really do get it's funny that the day where we have the most people in Lander, Wyoming, it feels like the most small town atmosphere. It's heavily populated. It's triple what's normally here, but everyone just has such a good energy. It's great, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the day.
Yeah, and again, echo that same sentiment with everybody be safe this weekend. Take care of your neighbors. Take care of one another if you're out there with fun.
And that was Apple Valley Tree and Lawn Care pulling a patriotic trailer. Followed right behind them, Justin Beaver with a V. 1999 Chevrolet Illumina Figure 8. Love seeing these vehicles out here and old tractors.
I'm sure Justin's heard his entire life about how similar his name is to Justin Bieber or via The Office, Justice Beaver. But I've got to say it on the radio nonetheless, even though that's the obvious joke. Got Colin Campbell in his 1946 John Deere Model T tractor and Hickok Farms 1948 Farmall Cub tractor. A couple other Farmall tractors in there. You're familiar with Farmall tractors, right, Vince?
Yeah.
Big enthusiast.
And we got the Fremont County Cattlemen's Association.
And if you're just tuning in, parade royalty this year, Francine Patton, Ernie Over. Queen this year was Heidi Shade, Junior Queen, Remington Prince. Riley Norris was the princess, first attendant, Dally Penn, second attendant, Laramie Penn, third attendant, Kalia Scribner. Congratulations to all.
And we got a big collective of a lot of our fire and emergency response crews right now. Once again, big shout out to them. If you haven't seen lately on County 10 and in news across Wyoming, there have been A lot of little fires going on. Nothing big like last year, Fish Creek fire, Trout. It's nothing like that just yet, but there's a lot of small ones. There was, 14,000 lightning strikes in a 48-hour period just in our area, and there were 8 wildfires in the Bridger Teton National Forest. So big shout out to these guys and what they're doing, and everyone else behind the scenes, the folks who are out there making the food for them. Everyone who is involved with that, thank you for what you're doing, and yeah, keep them in your thoughts and prayers during this 4th of July holiday.
Smokey Bear coming as Lander firefighters making their way down Main Street. Like Vince said, keep firefighters in your thoughts, especially on the 4th of July. Give them a break if you can and exercise some caution out there. But those wildland firefighters out there too. My 5-year-old's very enthusiastic to wave to Smokey Bear.
Yeah, he is.
Thanks again to Meyers Gambles right here downtown Lander for being our title sponsor this year, supporting County 10's coverage, making it possible for us to bring you this parade coverage. Also, thank you to the Fremont County Fair, Golden Buffalo, Smart Insurance, B&M Septic and Excavation, and the Lore Foundation. Wind River Realty Group will be next up. They always go all out with their floats at Wind River Realty. And,
they do.
Deck out those trailers.
And I just got to give a big shout out to Wind River Pizza Company, the pizza food truck that you guys, if you haven't had it yet, it's delicious. They're amazing. They set up all over Lander, Fremont County, Wind River Reservation. They just brought us a free pizza, Jared. So we got a snack to eat after the parade's done. So shout out to Wind River Pizza. They'll be set up all day today.
One of the quickest ways to my heart is free pizza.
Yes, yeah, that is. That was the most sincere thank you I think I've said to anyone in the last few months. I was like, thank you, sir.
I've known you a long time, Vince, and I don't know if I've ever seen that level of sincerity come out of you.
But that just lends back to what we were talking about earlier, the community atmosphere that's going on today. It's amazing.
And if anybody wants us to say nice things, we do accept food gifts.
Yep.
So here in front of the Lander Motel.
You would go nice with some pizza right now, is some soda, maybe some chips. Any of our listeners, stop on by. Big shout out to the Lander Lady Legends that just went by. Jarvis, one of the coaches of one of the U8 teams, I think it was, cut my hair just the other day and was telling me that he's really excited for the postseason that they're going through right now, and they're about to head to Cheyenne for some big games.
Very cool. Big softball fan. I got my daughter playing softball right now, and there are a lot of talented young ladies playing softball all across County 10. Lander ambassadors going on past now. TNA Towing with a very large tow truck. And some more towing companies. Got a demolition derby vehicle that may be participating here coming up at the Fremont County Fair. Get the figure 8 races, a couple of nights of that again. FremontCountyFair.org to get the details there. Say hello to YouTube user Silly Goose 2, who's watching from Montana. I don't know your real name, but Silly Goose 2, shout out to you.
Shout out from both T-Bones here at KOVE in County 10.
T-Bone 1 and 2.
Yeah, and Silly Goose.
Realized how not clever I am that I can't come up with a nickname for you right on the spot.
It'll hit you at 3 o'clock in the morning. You're like, I should have said ham bone. Okay, you're T-Bone, I'm ham bone.
Okay, gotcha.
Hayes Construction and Transportation going by.
They're slowly but surely nearing The parade kind of starting to wrap up here with the fire trucks in the distance.
Which, if you know what that means, and if you don't know what that means, it's about to become a waterworks on Main Street. Thank you to our local fire departments for always doing this every year, continuing that tradition, turning on it's a lot of water that comes out of those things, Jared. It's insane how much is actually shooting through the air. And on a warm day, it's not too bad today, but I guarantee you folks are still going to want to cool off in the water.
Absolutely.
At the Ethity Celebration Royalty rolling through right now. Renegade Recovery making its way through.
And again, we'll remind everybody that we do sign off relatively quickly here near the end of the parade. Not to be rude, but try to hide our equipment from, as Vince mentioned, the many fire trucks spraying water around our electronics. We try to duck out of the way of those. So a big thank you again for checking in to our parade coverage from wherever you're watching from. It's always fun to be able to bring it to you on County 10 and KOVE Radio. Thanks to Meyers Gambles for making it possible for us to be out here, and a big thank you again to the Lander Motel for having us.
And shout out to Fire and Ice going by right now. They were in the Wind River Business Startup Challenge competition a few years ago and did really well. They have some delicious snow cones in Piccadilly. Good stuff from them.
Shoshone Rose Casino coming past, and a whole bunch of fire trucks and people getting up and getting out of here. So with that, we'll start wrapping up the broadcast here. Vince, hope you have a great and safe 4th of July. Appreciate you being on again with us this year.
Always enjoy it, Jared. Great job as always. And to everyone else, happy 4th of July. Be safe out there, everybody.